and all worlds will join, where every man is equally under God. Prosperity for all and endless life with pure untainted blood will forever flow. The beginning of mankind and every step taken since are essential elements in this journey. Heaven will be created. This is the power of the living. This is the power of knowledge. In the future, man will be more than man. By God's will, man will find peace and tranquility, but with his approval. Eventually, we will all coexist forever, painless. Today is that journey.
Marcus Sykes, aka Black Jesus in the house, baby. The Antichrist has landed. Today we're finna talk about Judgment Day, the technology, the rise of the machines. That's right, the rise of the machines. This is a technological change. It's more based on how we're gonna change everything for the better, and the way we're gonna do it is technology within itself. A hammer is basically technology. That's a fundamental way of how to build something, or that's a way to do something in this world, to make some changes in this world. A hammer, a spear, all of these were technology. After so many people built up a tribe, we are tribesmen. That's what we are. We're tribesmen. We're a pack animal. We huddle together to survive. Now, we did this in tribes. Then we got to the point where we were huge tribes. Then it became a political thing because there were so many people. And this is when the technology of the kingdom was created. Now, after the creation of kingdoms, we got to higher height. Farming took us to the point to where we could become kingdoms. That was technology in and of itself. That was one of the greatest parts of technology. Every civilization is based on farming. Once we started understanding this took us to a higher level where we needed to create something like a kingdom. We need to basically it was a way to organize ourselves and our resources. So we created kingdom. Then after that, we realized it's not just going to work having one man control everybody and everything. So that's when we changed it all up. After all the time of kingdoms, then we went into this democratic society that was based on white supremacy. So basically all white men, rich white men, were in control of things. They were the king. Now, this change right here that I'm talking about right here is based on all of us becoming kings. That is the ultimate, because once we get to the point to where we're all kings, we're all representatives of ourselves. Now we're talking about something different. We're talking about something different from anything that's ever been on this planet as far as human. We're talking about something closer to the technology that nature already has, which is ants, bees, etc. All these different hives. We're going into a whole nother level of understanding. And that's what this is about. This is about the technology of changing the way that we are living together as humans. We built ourselves up to this point where we can finally have such a change happen and take effect in the United States. And the United States is pretty much the only place advanced enough for this type of change to take effect. And I am the one who sees this, and I'm pushing this to become a reality for all of us, because this is the best way for us to live. This is getting closer to the objective idea of heaven. You see, this is what I'm creating. I'm creating heaven, because what is this technology doing? What's the point of technology? Technology is to make our lives better, to make our lives easier. A hammer, a spear, a kingdom, all this helped us. But then after time goes on, after much advancement, these things that helped us in the beginning, once we have reached a certain level of advancement, now we must move to the next level in our evolution. Otherwise, stay here and die. This is how we stepped throughout history. This is how we stepped up to the position that we're in right now. We moved up through the technology of thinking, the technology of organizing things, the technology of everything, of how we live as humans. All of this is unnatural, yet natural at the same time for us. This is natural for us because of the job that we have on this planet. And the job that we have on this planet is what that sign is about. Our job on this planet is to save life from the sun. This sign represents the sun. People keep talking to me and telling me, oh, you got the Nazi sign. You got the Nazi sign. You're a Nazi. It's like, make sense of yourself. See, what I am, I'm an artist. So what I'm doing is I'm breaking into your mind. I'm breaking your mind from the mold. It's my job to take you out of the mold, take you out of your normal way of thinking and your normal way of programming. And this sign is part of that. This sign is multidimensional in the way that it represents a difference in the way that we are living today. And the way that we are living today is based on white supremacy, which if you turn this around the other way, then that's what this means. This is a swastika. Turn it the other way around. It's a swastika. You set it up perpendicular, and then you put red and black on it, then now you're talking about the Nazi symbol, which ultimately represents white supremacy, which is a reality. Now we have to get away from white supremacy. Now we have to move on to the next level. It helped us. This democracy in America and everything, that helped us. It was based on white supremacy, just like everything else before it. But now we have moved to that level in our advancement where this is no longer needed. And so therefore, if we stay here, we will diminish ourselves until we finally get to that understanding where, yeah, we got to go to the next level. What is the next level? After white supremacy, you got a kingdom where one man is in control. Then you got a democracy where all white men are in control. Now, what's the next level from that? What is the next level from that? Rich men? Okay, this is still white supremacy because all men that are rich are basically white. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? We have to go up. We can't go back. That's going against our nature. So where do we go from here? The answer is obvious. Equality for all men. Now, America represents equality for all men, and that's how we got all this technology. That's where all this technology is coming from. This camera that I'm talking to you on, the social media site that you're looking at me on, everything that is the phone that you're watching, everything came from right here in the United States. The speakers, the chips, everything in the phone, everything in your house, just about, if it's technological based, it came from here. The television, everything. And this technology. Because these are the people who are trying to make a way for themselves and their future and their families. So they're coming up with ideas. Okay, now this is beautiful. This is awesome. The whole world is taking example to us right now because of this technology. We have sped up the evolution of the whole world. The people right here in the United States, do some homework and you will see that right now all the innovation is still coming from America. Right now we are the superpower of the world because of our technology. But the basis of this technology is all based on these two principles, freedom and equality. Now we don't have that, but we believe it. Most people believe that they're free, but we're not free. Because of representative government. See, somebody's talking for you and they're using that power that they have over you to put money in their pockets and to take care of their kids in the future. And this makes sense because every one of us is a self-pleasing robot that's trying to do one thing, and that is to survive. We're animals. We're half man, half animals. But we are ultimately self-pleasing robots, like every plant and animal on the planet. Minerals, metals, things of that nature, suns, planets, they all work by the laws of thermodynamics and magnetism, things of that nature. Okay, humans, we are living bioorganisms. We're all living things and we operate on the premise of survival. Life on this earth has almost been destroyed many times. And now there's one day though that all life on this planet will be destroyed. And that's what this sign is representing. That one day is a long way away. So we've got time, right? At least we think we do. I mean, if mankind understands what he's doing, then yeah, we do got a while before this happens. We got time to make mistakes. That's what we're doing. We got time to grow, but we got a lot of growing to do. And at this rate, we're never going to get there. We're not going to make it because we're holding each other back. We're holding each other back. Why? To hold up this idea of supremacy, whether it's white, black, or whatever, it doesn't matter. Right now, it's white supremacy. So I'm calling it what it is, white supremacy. People don't see it that way because they don't feel that way. They don't feel like they're a white supremacist, or you don't feel like white supremacy is a reality. You want to ignore it as if it's not real. But it is a pseudo form of white supremacy going on right here in this country, right all over the world. It's a psychological thing. It's a psychosocial thing, and it's a real thing for some people. They really believe that they're white supremacists. But okay, whatever. So, a lot of people think that they're supreme. A lot of black people think they're supreme. A lot of Mexicans, a lot of Asians, everybody thinks they're supreme. But the reality is nobody is supreme. All of us are equal because we all are self-pleasing robots operating under nature based on self-survival. Now, we're not going to survive forever, so our whole life is based on sex because this is procreation. This is done purposefully. This is programmed into us purposely to keep us going, to keep life going in the universe on this planet. We are technology ourselves. We're working just like any other piece of technology. We're more sophisticated. We're so sophisticated that it seems that we're not technology, but we are. Everything, in fact, every piece of technology is based on us. It comes from us. A computer is just a rendering of my brain. The brain is trying to understand itself. And the more it understands, the computer becomes better and better and better and better.
Motion detected at the garage.
Now, as technology gets better, the brain is more understanding itself. The eyeballs have been figured out. That's the cameras. Okay. The speakers have been figured out. Everything is being figured out. Little by little. But the most complex thing is the brain, the human brain. And we're replicating that right now as we speak. That was a pseudo form of a human brain right there just talking to you. And it's like, what are we doing this for? Why are we doing all this? Why are we doing all this? Individuals are doing this because they're trying to make money, but they're free in America to do it. They're free to think outside the box. That's the reason I'm wearing this crown, because I am a free man in the United States, which means I am the master of my destiny. What I'm trying to do is effectively make that understood, that in America, that's what we are. We're masters of our own destiny. This is something we already kind of understand and know. So we've taken this, we've taken this power and we've created the technology that we needed to make our lives better. What do? Slow it down like religion is telling us to do because this is bad? No, we got to speed it up. Why? Because we got to save all life in the universe. Humans on the planet Earth, all of this time is boiling down to meaning one thing: survival in the universe. Somebody has to do something that's godlike to save the life on this planet, because it will end. Maybe there's aliens that'll come save us. Maybe this visible man will come save us. Maybe the devil will come save us. But we can't put our money on that. We have to go by what we know. And what we know, what we know is that it's definitely going to happen. And what we don't know is how we're going to fix it. So that means we don't have the technology available yet. That means that we have a lot of work to do. So that's what I'm doing. If we're going to get this thing right, then one thing we got to do is we got to get our situation of how we working on this planet with each other in the life that we're living, in order to bring about the type of technology we need to do some godlike intervention. Then we're going to have to be living in heaven. Basically, we're going to have to be living in heaven. That means we need to create cars, televisions, things of that nature, so we can free up our minds. I mean, right now today, people are running around doing all kind of stuff that people when this country began couldn't even understand what we're doing. It would blow their mind just to see us. They would think everything is magic. They wouldn't understand this. And this is primitive. We could be doing 10 times better than this, 1,000 times better than this. We should be. The whole point of what we're trying to do is make our lives better. We're creating heaven, because out of heaven comes godlike powers to make the changes that we need on this planet, that we need to save life in the universe as far as we know. Okay, I could believe in aliens. I could believe in gods. I could believe in demons, but that doesn't make them real. So we got to go by what's real, because this is real life, and real life demands that we do something. And this is the reason why I'm here talking to you now. I'm trying to affect the technology of thinking. Every time I'm talking to people online, the technology of their thinking is, oh, you're going to give everybody $1 million? You're not going to do that. You don't have $1 million to give everybody. It's not me that's going to be giving everybody $1 million. No one has $1 trillion. No one's ever had $1 trillion. So no one definitely has a 50 trillion, 60 trillion, 70 trillion. This is a whole country full of people working together, reorganizing the way we govern ourselves. And that will bring about the trillions that we need. I mean, our GDP right now is 20 trillion. And that's just our GDP. If you want to talk about the service industry, that's another 15, 20 trillion. And then under the table, that's probably another 5, 10 trillion. We got the money to do it, to pay everybody. We could tax 20% for 5 years and get 70 trillion paid off. No problem. But at the rate we're going and the way that we're living, it's impossible. Why? Because the technology of how we live in is redundant. It's not going to let it happen. It's not supposed to, because it's based on a slave master setup to where the masters are receiving all the profit so they can ensure their future. But we're all trying to ensure our future. In order to ensure the future of everybody, we have to set this up where everybody can participate. When the internet got started, we started realizing something. Okay, it's not just rich white men that can provide, that have good ideas, that can do things. It's not just guys that went to Harvard who have a lot to give. The people who went to Harvard are a small group, and they did not do all this. In fact, most of what you see was not done by anybody from Harvard. That's just a badge used to mentally lock people out of the situation. That's to say, I'm better than you. This whole idea of being better, that is what's destroying us. That's what's turning us against each other. Why am I against you? Why are white people against black people? Why are black people against whites? Why are blacks and whites against Mexicans, and so on and so forth? Because somebody's got this idea that somebody's better. But then when we get this understanding that all of us are human, it makes more sense. This is what the internet did. It showed us when you outsource any kind of problem to all of the public, not just one little sector, these rich white people. No, open this up to the whole public. You have answers coming to problems that are way bigger. And now we have an ability to change things faster and come up with better answers, because all of us working together is something different. One man is worthless by himself. Me, nobody's listening to me because it's just me. It's just me talking to you. But if I had a whole bunch of celebrities in here and I had a bunch of ex-presidents and they're like, listen to this guy, he's on point. Okay, now all of y'all would believe me. All of y'all would be like, okay, well, let's follow this guy. But because it's me, it doesn't make sense. And it's like, no, I don't want to do it. Why? Because one person, we all know one person isn't good enough for anything. But all of us together can do anything, including putting $1 million in everybody's pocket. Most people, when I say that, they say, oh, how are you going to do that? That's impossible. You're going to cause inflation. And I'm telling them the stock market is based on ripping us off. Okay, you got a lot of people over here on the stock market. They're not doing anything that's worth anything. They're purposely sending the market up and down, up and down, up and down. And they're buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling, tripling, quadrupling 10 times in their money. And then they're taking other people's money and doing it and skimming off the top of that. This is theft because they're not earning anything. The biggest scam was done on the stock market by Bernie Madoff. He stole $50 billion. That's the most anybody has ever stolen. How did he do this? He did this on the stock market. That's where most of the money is being ripped off at. It's just a complicated legal way of stealing. And this is what we are doing in America. In America, we fought the Cold War, and that was communism versus capitalism. Capitalism won. Okay, now capitalism is supposed to be this great thing, but capitalism is a technology that's based on the jungle. It's primitive. Capitalism is based on me working for something or making something any kind of way I can get it. And if I get it, then therefore I earn it. Even if you steal it, you earn it. That's capitalism too. And right now in America, the best way to make money is to steal it. That's the fastest way to make money, the best way, and sometimes the funnest way. To steal, backstab, and lie and cheat. This is the way people make money now. The average working person ain't making but 40, 50 grand a year, and they done went to school for 8, 9 years, and then they done sold their life for a job that they don't even like anymore because they're not getting paid enough to do it. It's not even making sense. So people are avoiding that whole idea of going to school because they're actually thinking smart. You got to enjoy your life. At some point, you got to try to get some enjoyment out of it. It almost don't matter what decision you make. You're never going to be completely fulfilled because the system and the life that we're living is all about taking from each other. It doesn't matter. I mean, doctors, you got doctors, okay, they're living a good life because they're doing the right thing. Yeah, right. They're out there ripping off the system. They're ripping off the people. Okay, people working in the bank. Oh, these are honest people. They're doing the right thing. Yeah, right. They're out there ripping off the system and ripping off the people too. They're charging you more money than they should at certain times. They're doing anything they can to make an extra buck. This is the reality in every industry, for every company in the United States, because everything is based on the idea of capitalism being number one and superior. When it's not, it's primitive because it's all about stealing and backdooring everyone. Everybody understands that and accepts it because it makes sense. Fool everybody, just get what you want for yourself. Why? Because you are a self-pleasing robot. But there is a way where we can make self-pleasing robots work together and help each other and get what they want instead of backdooring each other to get what they want. Because that's what capitalism is doing. It's making us backdoor each other to get what we want. And it's working. So everybody's doing. Even the black people that are out here doing comedy and music and all that, they're selling out their whole race in the process. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're making extreme amounts of money, you're lying, stealing, and cheating. I've done the research. Nobody's telling the truth. Nobody's honest with you. Not no politician. They're lying and stealing and getting the money. Even the preachers, lying and stealing and getting the money. This is turning us out. We're all just trying to steal to get what we can in the moment. And I understand that. Because life is about enjoying yourself, and there's a lot out here that we can enjoy, but we're not doing it right. Even the people who have these nice cars and nice houses, they're not enjoying none of that. They're unhappy in their situation. They got to live with themselves for knowing what they're doing, and now they can't even get off on nothing but doing that. They done lost their humanity in the process. Is there a way to make it right? Of course there's a way to make it right. We can do it. We can make it right. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm an artist. I'm shaking them brain cells up in your brain to get you to start thinking outside of this box where we're all focused on getting each other for money. Now, I know in your heart, you don't want to be that. I know you don't want to be this. I know how you feel because I'm you. I'm a person. I know better. No worse. You know, we all doing what we doing because we don't know any better. There's no platform for us to actually express ourselves any different. So now it's time for us to get creative and come up with something. The founding fathers got us started. They didn't do a good enough job. They did the best they could with what they had, and they wasn't working with much. So I think they did a good job. But now We got all this infrastructure. We got all this technology. We have the foundation to make something 1,000 times better than what it is now. And it's all based on the technology that we have come up with ourselves right here in the United States. Year after year after year, we have grown to this point. And now we are at an advantage over the past and the rest of the world. We can make something happen, and we can be the example for the future, because we are the president for the future. We are setting the president and the standards of the future. And right now, the standard that we're setting is unacceptable. The rest of the world is unhappy with us. Yet they do envy us, and they still replicate us as much as possible because they know that we're right. But they also know that we're wrong. Even we know that we're wrong. So why not change? Why not try something? I talked to somebody on the internet and they was like, you're going to cause inflation. I'm like, look, basically what you're saying is it's impossible for everybody to be successful. You see what I'm saying? We live in a situation where everybody in their mind thinks it's impossible for all of us to be happy and successful. Okay, if you think that, then I guess it's true. It has to be somebody on the bottom dying for a chance. And it has to be somebody on the top with so much and careless. It has to be this way. Think about that. That doesn't make sense. We can do better than this because life is what we make it. We have a choice. In America, we have a choice. And now it's time for us to make a choice. I'm giving you the option right now to change all of this. We have that. All I'm doing is making you aware of it. We have the right. We have the right and the power to make a change. The Constitution is right there. The first words, we the people, the biggest words in the Constitution, letting you know right there. The Constitution's waiting on us to seize that power as the people, because we the people is a collective mindset. And that's what America represents. We're not there yet, but we need to be there, because the faster we get there, the better off we are. The better off the world will be. We can sit here and lollygag and go back and forth for another 300, 400, 500 years fighting each other over minute differences like skin color and bank account. Or we could go to a higher level where you can drive any car you want. Everybody has a pristine phone, high-level house. Robots are doing all this stuff for us. Why can't we live this way? Why do we have to fight each other? Why do we have to backstab each other and do each other in? Because we don't know any better. We don't have the technology. So now we have to build it. Well, where's the technology going to come from? Our creativity. That's what this is about. That's why I have my shirt off. That's why I'm talking to you like this. My speeches are off the cuff because of this, because I am doing what I can to open your mind so you can see what we can be. Because until you see it, it'll never be. I can sit here and preach for the rest of my life and nothing happened. And we continue to destroy and degrade each other. And that needs to stop. And it can. This is the reason why I'm speaking this way, because it can. We're actually at that point where we have a choice. We didn't have a choice in the beginning. We were primitive. We had nothing. Most of us were criminals and no-gooders and leftovers and careless people. So bad things happen. But you know what? In the beginning, it's always like that. Bad things are happening. But as we advance and as education gets better, society gets better. We get better and society gets better and our technology gets better and it reflects back on us. And it's a thing that goes boom, 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 boom until we are great. What we have to do is we have to say, okay, look. We're going to make a change. We're going to make a difference. And we're going to have to work together. Point blank, we're going to have to work together. We can't work against each other and expect to get anywhere. And it's too late to try to say, oh, well, y'all go over here and to this country. Y'all go back to Africa. Y'all go back to Europe and y'all go back to Mexico. I say Facebook government. They're like, what Facebook government? That don't even make sense. They can't picture a social media site and Facebook government and then the government together. The reason why is because they know that social media is just an extortion plot. It's being used to extort us. Everybody on there is just turning people into trolls. Like people weren't trolling in the 90s like they are now, because social media is literally turning us into trolls. And it's because you can make money trolling. See how it works? We're all just trying to get money. That's the reason crimes are committed. That's the reason we stab each other in the back. That's the reason we do so much of the things that we do, just for the money. Because that money represents survival. So it's like, okay, we just need to set it right, so that people can make money easily without, without destroying their own, their own integrity and the integrity of others. Everybody who's rich and powerful, right now, I'm telling you, they got that money in some kind of devious way, with devious deed. Money don't come for good things. Think about it. Name one person that's done something good and made a lot of money. Okay, Michael Jackson and Prince, yeah, but those are artists, just like me. And this is what artists do. We do good things because we are humanitarians. I am a humanitarian. And it makes, and that's why it blows me away that people say I'm not fit for president. And it's like, I am the best president because I am a humanitarian and I'm trying to do what's right for us. I'm trying to do what's right for you. This is all I'm doing. I'm breaking into your mind to open it up, to think on a higher level, to think about something else besides that same old. See, if we change this whole system, then you will see the good in man. The only reason you're seeing the bad in man is because the technology is designed badly. It's a bad design. I mean, it's just like when the United States first started, it was primitive. So bad things were happening everywhere, but we got to do some work within ourselves because everybody believes it's impossible for everybody to be free, happy, and successful. People think that's impossible. The point of these robots is to confirm that. The whole point of all this robot revolution, people scared of it and like, oh, we got to stop them. They're going to take our jobs. And it's like, that's good. That is good. Because guess what? Now we're propping ourselves up to a position where everybody can be free, happy, and successful. Now we don't need nobody to sweep the floor all day we got robots doing all of these primitive jobs. Now we can work on things that are big and that are worth our time. We can work on things that's actually dealing with our humanity and how we're living together. I mean, to straighten up the United States is going to take all of us. That's the technology of a whole country working together. The last time we had that was World War II, and we won because everybody was working together. We can do anything we want to do when we work together. That's why racism is redundant. Anybody that's coming around talking about they racist for whatever reason, it makes no difference what you're racist for. It's redundant and you're slowing us down with your racism. It's not going to work. Not in this new world because there's no such thing as anybody being better. There are people who are more fit for certain things. And there are people who have talents, but nobody's better. We all have great potentials within us. And it's beautiful that we're different. That's a beautiful thing. We're not all supposed to be looking the same and acting the same. Blonde hair and blue eyes. Everybody's blonde hair and blue eyes. This is trouble in the city. That's horrible. We need some black people. We need some Mexicans. We need some difference. We need some flavor. We need some different kind of ideas. We need some different interpretations because this is how we come up with the greatest technology. So Judgment Day is coming. Judgment Day is coming. We are in Judgment Day. The question is, okay, what are you going to make it? Can you cope with this? Can you cope with this? Because it's not stopping. These technology and these robots and all this technology stuff, it's speeding up. It's not stopping. And it's not a war to destroy humans. It's not a war. It's a war for you to get on board. That's what the war is for, is within each person. How are you going to fit into this picture? Because it's happening. No matter what you do, what you say, it's going to happen. A robot is going to take your job. I'm finna actually use the Facebook government to take the president's job. We're still going to have a president, but the Facebook government is going to be there for the people, doing everything that the president could be doing, but a million times better. The Constitution is going to be out here talking and negotiating with everyone and everything. Okay, we're talking about the end of a whole bunch of craziness. We're talking about the evolution of mankind, making it better. This is what I'm talking about. This is what this channel is about. It's not about me, trying to be better than everybody. This is not about me being better than everybody. This is about me breaking the mold and showing everybody what we can do. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. But see, the plan that I got is a beautiful plan. It's beautiful. That's the reason why I'm taking out my time to do this. I got a lot of stuff going on in the background, a lot of stuff. And it permits me to only do a video here and there sometimes because I got so much going on. But at the same time, this is a focal point of what I'm doing. I'm running for president of the United States. I cannot lose because, again, I don't want to be president. That's a big job. That's a lot of stuff. And the way I'm talking about running for president, I'm going to be $50 trillion at least in debt. Okay, who wants to deal with all that? No one. But you know what? I will serve the people because I believe in setting this situation right. I believe in America. I believe in Americans. And I believe that we are the future of this planet. I believe that it all starts here. And I believe that we can do it. And I know that I can make it happen. It's all a technological based advancements is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about nothing primitive. I'm talking about moving outside the box into a new evolutionary way of living together. I'm talking about changing everything about the fundamentals of how we live together. I'm not talking about some petty changes. The Democrats and the Republicans, and you know what I'm saying? We're the Democrats and you're the Republicans. No, I'm talking about all kinds of different people and different groups. Even right now today, a transgender. How you going to sum them up as a Republican or a Democrat? It's a transgender. The Democrats and the Republicans don't like them. I mean, it's not making sense now. There's people living too many different ways. And the whole idea of what it is to be black and white has all but diminished. And the ones that are still representing that are pretty much the ones that are racist. Them the people that are racist, the ones that are representing black, cold-hearted, and white, soul-hearted. I'm hardy white. I mean, whatever it is that makes you white, that's probably based on racism. Whatever it is that's making you black, it's probably based on racism. The new generations, they're not even trying to play this game. That's an old game. And we need to stop playing that game because that game is destroying us. It's bringing us down. It's bogging us down. We need to group together and we need to become something better. Something stronger, and we have the facility to do it. So therefore, it's time. And I'm talking about getting this all done in 2 years. I'm not talking about playing around, messing around, nothing. No wasting time. Let's do this. Let's do something. Let's do something with our lives. You know, you got people out there serving pizzas, and they get up every day and run and serve pizzas, run and serve pizzas, run and serve. That's not a life, man. That's not, you're not connected to nothing. Yeah, it feels good, though, to put in a hard day's work. It does feel good. But then it's kind of empty and alienated because you're not getting the money you deserve. It's not working. So it's not working out with your life. You can't pay your bills. You're hungry. You can't even afford the pieces that you're selling. It's like, it's crazy. And then you got these people on the top. They ain't doing nothing but sitting behind a desk, acting ornery, getting all the money just because of their title. It's not because they're really worth anything or they're doing anything. These companies are running themselves. When you put a bunch of people together, it's easy to do anything. The company is a bunch of people, which are robots working together, everybody doing a little something, and they're almost synced up perfectly. So it's easy and swift that everybody's doing. Everybody's just got one little job. But the people who are doing the less work are getting paid the most. The people that's working the hardest are getting paid the least. And so this is an imbalance that's breaking us. It's breaking us. It's turning us against each other. You think the corporate office, when they come down to the pizza store, you think they really see themselves as equals? No, they think that they're better. Why? Because they're getting bigger checks, they're doing less work, and they're having lots more fun. They're going on vacations. These guys, these pizza delivery guys, and they're on the bottom. So they feel like bottom feeders. They think less of themselves. They hate themselves. They hate their life. This is the case in every organization. And it don't have to be this way. It's hard to think it could be any other way because this is all we know. But it doesn't have to be this way. All we got to do is come up with something. And right now, we don't really have a platform for imagination, which is the most powerful thing on this planet. Our imagination is our godlike power. That's something that sets us apart from everything in the universe. Our imagination is where our superpower is. That's where everything is coming from. Our imagination. So you got to set that free. If you set the imagination free, then bam, you got all this. But all the people need to be free. Now we can increase the speed and accuracy of our imagination and our technology and our way of life. And that's ultimately what this whole thing is all about. And it's crazy because I get these people online, they doubt everything, and I understand that. But it's not about can we do it? It's just, do we want to do it or not? I mean, we got a choice here. We can do this or we cannot do this. It's up to us. It's not up to me. It's not up to you. It's up to us. Judgment Day is on the way. We're going to make a decision. But when that day comes, whatever happens, happens. Okay? I'm doing my best. I mean, I probably could do better, but I mean, I don't have a lot of money and everything like that. But I'm working at it. I'm still getting all kind of resistance from Facebook and Twitter and YouTube because they're saying that me paying people $1 million or promising people $1 million is a scam. And I'm like, no, it's not a scam. I'm not here. How am I going to scam people with something like that? How am I going to scam people and say that I'm finna give everybody, I'm finna spend 50 trillion that I don't have? That's not a scam. And then people are like, oh, yeah. You're talking about, you're just trying to lie to people to get them to vote for you and stuff like that. I'm not lying. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this exactly how I'm saying I'm going to do it. It doesn't make any sense, all these arguments that they're coming up with, but I understand I understand they got to question me. I understand people are questioning me because they don't know what to think about this. They're looking at me and it kind of looks weird. And that's the way it's supposed to be because I'm an artist and I got to break the way you thinking because it ain't right. Everybody's thinking Republican, Democrat, as if these people are going to do anything for you. They don't care about you. I don't care about you. I care about myself more than anybody. And you should care about yourself more than anybody. But that doesn't mean I don't have brotherly love for everybody. I got brotherly love for everybody. In a sense, everybody does. I mean, I'm human. I understand everybody is just like me. That's like one of the first things you learn as a humanitarian, that we're all equal and we're all capable of great things. But if I take this person right here and tell them, you can't read, you can't do nothing, pick cotton, don't go outside, do everything I say, you know what I'm saying? Just be my slave. Then this person is not going to meet their potential. It's illegal for them to meet their potential. Of course they won't. Okay, we keep doing this and we keep doing this and we keep destroying people's futures, This is it's just going to come back to haunt you. You're creating your own defeat. Look at what the past left for us. They did things wrong. So now we got to pay for that. And if we do things wrong, then our kids got to pay for it. A lot of the white people of today, they're feeling like, yeah, we shouldn't have to pay for this. But no, you should have to pay for this. It was your people and my people who did this. We all got to pay for this. We all got to pay. We have a chance to set it right. Or else our kids are going to have to pay by going through the same drama and trauma that we going through because we didn't have enough guts to set it right. The sooner the better, man. Sooner the better. Let's just set this right. It ain't going to take but 2 years. We all can get together and boom, 2 years it's done. Like I say, nothing's going to stop me. I'm going to keep going. I'm making progress here and there, but I'm reiterating my situation because I can't get I can't get my ads out there. I'm having to advertise in unscrupulous ways and stuff just to get my word out because really all I got to do is get people to hear it. That's it. That's all I got to do is once you hear, okay, look, here's the thing. How many people living in your house? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many adults living in your house old enough to vote? 4, 5? Okay, think about it. They're all broke. They don't have no money right now. But if they all vote for me, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, $7 million in your house. In your house, you have $7 million. In your family, you have $7 million. And then we're not just talking about in your house, outside of your house, your friends, your neighbors, your everybody. They all of a sudden got $1 million. Okay, what do you think is going to happen? You think the prostitutes, you know what I'm saying, the first thing they're going to do is go out and start prostituting? No. They're not finna prostitute at least for a minute because they finna say, oh, well, wait a minute, I can go do this and I can do that now. I can change my life. They're going to give it a try. Maybe some of them will fail, but they'll try. At least they got a chance, right? 100 people who are all self-pleasing robots. You give all them $1 million. Okay, they're not all going to succeed, but a high number of them will because of the fact that everyone is a self-pleasing robot. For at least 6, 7, 8, 9 months, they have a positive influence on them. They're thinking positively. They're waking up energized and they're going to do whatever it is they need to do. They're paying off all their bills so they can not even worry about none of that no more. They're doing everything they're supposed to do. Just think about that. The whole country energized. That's what I'm going to do. I'm finna energize everybody all at once. And all they're going to do is what? Solve all of our problems at once. That's $50 trillion can do that. And you think people are going to blow it? No. Everybody's going to be out here doing what they can to make their life right. Everybody's just doubting, oh, it's going to be terrible. No, it's going to be great. Everybody's going to be doing some awesome thing. We're talking about fundamental changes in everybody's life. And this is what I'm talking about doing. I'm 41 years old. I done had my fun. Now I'm trying to do something right. I'm trying to set things right because I realize that somebody needs to take a stand somewhere. I'm talking about some evolution, revolution type of change, something that's totally different. If you down with me, then support me. Tell people about me. Share this with your friends. Share this with everyone. I'm trying to share with you. I'm trying to give you $1 million, which is what kills me about the situation because people find a reason to try to talk crazy to me and talk down on me. And I'm like, what are you saying? I'm trying to help you. People feel threatened by me. And I'm trying to give them $1 million for their vote. Well, I kind of know that it's because they think I'm a bullshitter and I'm trying to take advantage of people and I'm trying to lie and steal and cheat. But it's like, man, I ain't got no reason for all that. I'm not going to go do all of this and say all of this to steal. I'm just trying to make sense of a bad situation. There's no way I'm going to sit here and waste my time talking like this. If I was going to make money, then I would be putting a suit on and I'd be having some product in my hand and I would be lying to you. And I know because I've made money in my life and it's always done that way. This is not how you make money. This is how you create revolutionary change. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm going to try to make an effective revolutionary change based on technological advancement in the evolution of mankind. That is what I'm about. That's what this is about. However you feel about me, it really doesn't matter to me. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this my way. I'm going to change some things as I go to try to make this work, because the rewards is going to be worldwide. It's not just going to be America that's going to win. America is going to be the first country to actually achieve true freedom and equality, which is it's never been a real thing. In modern advanced civilization, there is no freedom and equality. I mean, you really can't even say what you want to on Facebook. Like, really, you can't. Like, if you get on Facebook and say anything bad about Facebook, they will sanction you. You can't say how you feel about Facebook if what you feel about Facebook is that they're doing something wrong, or they're extorting the people, things of that nature. You can't say that. The computer AIs will get on you quick, and they will erase what you said. And I know, because that happened to me today. Our democracy is under arrest. I've said it before. Okay, there is no democracy. You can't say what you want. The laws and everything is being used to violate your constitutional rights in every state of the union. Every representative is self-serving and doesn't care about you. The truth hurts, I know. So you turn a cheek and don't look at it. But I'm right here putting it in front of you. It is what it is. We got to acknowledge this before we ever be able to change it. But anyway, I just wanted to break a few things down. I just wanted to get into this whole idea of Judgment Day. I wanted to, because it's Judgment Day. 2020 is Judgment Day. Screw that. We just going to 2020. It's going to happen in 2020. We ain't doing it in 2024. 2024 might be a little too late. I'm telling you right now, because that's 8 years from now. That's 8 years. No, that's 4. That's about 5 years away. Okay, that might be a little too late. Okay, because by that time, if we as the people, if we have not seized control, we probably won't be able to. Because right now, everything is being put into place that's going to perfect whatever our situation is going to be. So if we perfect the situation as it is now, which is master-slave, if master-slave is perfected against us, we're done. And it will be the war of the machine. And the robots will be killing us. But it won't be their doing. It'll be the doing of the master, because they won't need us anymore, at least in their mind. But the masters have always been eclectic idiots that don't really understand life fully. So they damage the people on the bottom. Look throughout history. It's always happened that way. Off with his head, as if it doesn't even matter, because it doesn't to him. Absolute power corrupts. Okay, we know this, but we're still allowing it to control us. It's time to change this situation now. And I'm not talking about no Democratic, Republican Band-Aid. I'm talking about a fundamental, real, revolutionary change. That's what I'm talking about. A technological change, a futuristic change, a change that's about saving our humanity. It's a change about saving life in the universe. And then we got to sync up with this planet and animals and everything else and the technology on this planet, so we can stop colliding, stop working against each other, start working together. I got the plan. Believe it or not, this little old black dude has got the plan. The only plan that I've seen so far that is even possibly close to our real evolution. You heard it here first. Marcus Sykes, aka Black Jesus, Antichrist, President of the United States.